Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur episode 10. This episode is fantastic. First of all, the Beyond returns. Thank you, Lord. You have returned. I didn't think the second coming of Christ would come so soon, but it did. God damn. Alright, enough of the jokes, but he did return in a brief moment to recap us on a supervillain, and that was great. I hope that happens more in the show, because that's fantastic. Because this episode was very continuity heavy, but most of it you did not need to watch other episodes to understand. It just, like, flat out told you or showed you moments in the other episodes. Like, there was a joke about Lunella inventing a certain device, and it flashed back to that episode. A lot of funny moments like that. I really enjoyed it. I thought that was great. And yeah, and it was great flashback to that episode because I kind of forgot that episode, so it was like funny. And yeah, it was a great gag. In fact, a lot of the jokes from this episode were really great. And this also is a really good episode because this has a very generic plot to it that you've seen a lot of animated shows of like characters needing to learn a lesson and be like, oh, she fakes having an injury in this episode and wants a day off and then lies to her friend and basically has to learn not to. But it has a very unique way of telling that message, which is that we need to communicate to others what we need, especially women in our society, and that's a great message. Even the mom made that at her age. She had a hard time doing it, and Lunella needs to learn to do the same. And even the supervillain in this episode, who was a supervillain in a previous episode, which was great to see that episode come back, learns and decides not to be a villain, and that's a great moment, a great scene there. And I love that. Things like that just tie everything together and make this really great episode of the show. That's awesome. And yeah, I really appreciate that. And the music in this episode continues to be great. And yeah, just the message of everything, callbacks to other episodes. Also, when a couple little references I caught, Captain America on the side of the building was pretty cool. Also seeing that when Casey was doing the photo shoot in the episode, you see a very clear homage to My Neighbor Totoro. I think the one with the llamas, could be wrong, could be right, was a homage to Emperor's New Groove, because he looked a lot like Cusco to me, but the llama that she was sitting on, but that I could be wrong about that. Yeah, but I thought a lot of that was really great, and I thought this was 100% a very solid episode, and yeah, the show continues to amaze me.